All right, boardwalkers, we're on day 7 of this 100 painting challenge, and we've got our Red-Whiskered Bulbul, and I've got it drawn out again, and I've added a little more detail to the background some, but we're going to go in here. We're going to start with our Payne's gray or black, my mixture of ultramarine blue and the burnt sienna, and this one this one is a little trickier with its coloring. Oop, and then the eye area. I just need this little hook right here. And down. I don't want that little patch there. Crest on this one is a little bit harder to get right because his head is up tilted. I'm going to come down in here on these wings. And then I just want the slightest little bit of gray in here. I'm going to take and wipe this brush off and just try and get some clean water in here to spread this out on this brush. And I don't want to go up on that little bit. I just want a little bit of that right there, yeah. I'm going to leave that little bit of shadow there and there for separation. Get this tip of the wing. See if I can come in with just a hair darker bit. I'll get in there. Now I need to get these little talons and claws. And of course they're foreshortened in here. See if we can get an eye going. The eye is going to be a little tricky on this one today. Alright. And our red whiskers, we're going to go in with some sandal red. I'm just going to pop that red whisker in there. That's the prominent feature. And then this little bit of red right here on his tail on the underside. And I believe this is either a Philippine or maybe an Australian bird. I cannot remember. Alright, let's clean our brush and let's go in with some little bit of yellow And dab some on these berries. I'm just going to pop those in. And now I've been doing these in pencil, graphite, so you guys can see the drawing part. I think in the next few ones I'm going to try and incorporate some colored pencils in here, and I might try to also incorporate some ink so we can see some of these details a little better. And alright. Yeah, I'm going to pick up a little bit of this extra. I want to take up some of this on the wing, and I'm going to bring some of it over to this white, because our white is not a true white on this bird. Well, let's see if we can take some more of our blue, a little more of our burnt sienna, and see if we can get a darker black in here. Blacken that up, come on, because I need a nice dark beak. Lower part of the beak. And I want to darken up this crown a little bit on his head, this crest. Darken that up just a hair more. Just a hair. And then put some of this in here. See if we can up that black. And I just want to do some faint lines if I can get them in there. Hard to do with a water brush, but it gives us a chance to practice. Alright, there we go. Now, let's see if we can darken up just a spot of that eye. And then I'm going to leave the gray and black on my brush and go in with some Payne's Gray. Not Payne's Gray, my goodness. The Payne's Gray, I'm going to leave the Payne's Gray black on the tip of the brush and go in my burnt sienna is what I meant. So I can get kind of like a mixture to make a brown for our tree branch. And I just want to hit this just barely in here so we can still see those claws. And see how that makes that nice brown gray coming across. Put in a little bit of twigs in here. Down over here. Just hit a little bit. And see if we can straighten out this beak just a hair. Curve that out. Alright. Let's see if we can get that highlight on the eye just a bit. And then I just want a hair bit of color in this mouth here. Just a touch, not too much, because I don't want to take away from the pink of that whisker. There we go. And there we have our Day 7 Red-Whiskered Bulbul. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and we'll see you tomorrow.